Hey there guys, and welcome to episode 14 of Super Mario 64. And this is actually a post-commentary because my initial commentary kind of got muffled for some reason. I don't know how that happened. And I was actually thinking of just recreating that recording by saying the exact same lines that I said before, but I found that to be too difficult, and it was quite unfortunate that that sort of thing had happened, especially since I don't know how it happened or how I could prevent it from happening in the future. So I pretty much am just doing a post-commentary for this episode. I did already edit the footage to match with my original commentary, so I will do my best to... No! Got killed by a Shy Guy! And now here we are back, where I do my best to kill that Shy Guy. Alright, come on, Shy Guy. Come back at me. There we go, now he's dead. Yeah. So, pretty much just had to start the recording all over again because it got all muffled. I think there might have actually been some way to get the muffling removed from the recording, but I searched up all sorts of programs, and I wasn't able to find a good enough one, at least one that was free to use. I thought maybe there was some sort of a free to use one online, but I wasn't able to find one, unfortunately. I don't know if that means there isn't one or there is, and I just don't know about it. So we are working on this end of the level, which I think is actually meant to be the later half of the level, like the area in the level that the game expects you to do much later. And we are now going on the swaying platform. It's just like connected in midair, like it's not really attached to anything. So there we go, there's the first star of this level. It's pretty good. And now we go for the next star, and you did see that it was the 4th star that I had gotten, and I took on some damage there, but at least I didn't get killed by that Shy Guy this time. And now here's the next death that I took. I just cannot believe that. I was just not looking where I was going, and I just took that. Alright, so here we are back where I was when that death occurred. And hopefully this time, that sort of thing won't happen. So now I'm on my way over to the tricky triangles. And I'm going to tell you that there was something very tricky that I experienced on my way there, and there you go. I had died. Death is after me! Death is after me! And yeah, I put Death from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish onto the screen. I really wish I could have showed you guys or let you guys hear the original recording, but I really didn't want you guys to hear all of that muffling. Hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future, but I don't know what caused it to happen before, so I can prevent it from happening in the future. So now we are going on the flying carpet, which is pretty much how the game expects me to start this level. So we're riding along on the carpet, and there is Lakitu. I think originally I had said, hey Lakitu, you're supposed to be manning the camera. You know, as a little joke, since the Lakitu, since there is a Lakitu that is in charge of holding the camera, and now we are on another floating carpet. Just another little carpet ride. I wonder what it would be like to go on a real magic carpet ride. I'm sure that there have been some people that have tried to give people the best experience on what that would be like. It's too bad I don't have a lovely princess to accompany me on this carpet ride. And I added Princess Jasmine from Aladdin at that moment. You guys may know, if you've watched Aladdin, whether it be the original animated version from the 90s or the more recent live-action version. I'm sure people prefer the animated version a lot more. I haven't seen the live-action one, but I have seen the animated version plenty of times when I was a kid, and I think that that's probably the better version. And I think there were some points here where I almost fell off, but thankfully I did not fall off. And that's interesting how the spinning platform there, you know, at that point, it was just like completely level with the flying carpet. So now we are going up onto the ship. Well, we're nearly there, and here are a couple more of those falling log things, whatever you call them. And we've gotten on board the ship, and there are a couple of the bombs that give me trouble. Yeah, you see? At least I didn't lose a life this time like I did 3 times in this episode, which I think I've said was 3 times too many in the original recording. So, there's the next star. I don't know what number star that was. I think it might have been the 3rd one, because I think I started this episode with 111 stars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that is how many I had, because at the start of this episode, the only stars I had not gotten would be every star in Rainbow Ride and every star in the last 2 levels, and now we are doing a little speed up right here. It isn't often that I am commentating over a speed up, but you know, that's mostly because usually when I am doing speed ups, I am doing live commentaries, so I don't speak during the speed ups, but this is a post commentary, so I am speaking during the speed up. Yeah, I'm speeding this up because I'm showing off something I've already shown in this episode, and now we are back to normal speed with the footage. And I killed that Lakitu, like right underneath that platform. And now I am jumping off of these, well, jumping onto these glass platforms, whatever you call those. And we are now going up to the big house in the sky. I think I had mentioned in the original recording that the big house in the sky kind of reminds me of the Giant's Castle from Jack and the Beanstalk. Even though there's no giant up here, and the house is not giant, and there's no beanstalk. So this is pretty much Jack and the Beanstalk, but if Jack was a plumber, the house was a normal-sized house instead of a giant house, and there was no giant. So, what I was attempting to do at this point was to get the star on top of the house. And I find it kind of fascinating how there's this magic carpet that just goes around the rainbow trail. And we are now going back into the house. And we do want to avoid this fire, but unfortunately, I was not able to avoid it, as I got burnt and I lost the carpet. So, I just went ahead and decided on getting a different star during this mission. And that one was to open up the cannon on the ship that I was on earlier. And what I decided to do was to just fall down and then kick my way to get onto the platform where the bomb buddy is found. I think I used the save state here in order to get it, because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And there we go. I was able to get there, and the Bob-omb Buddy opens up the cannon for me. How nice of him. So now I'm going down onto this elevated platform, right over to this maze area where the red coins are found, but I don't do this one straight away. I mean, I probably could have, but I decided to go back to the ship to get the star that you get for jumping into the cannon right here and to shoot to the floating island. And the Kitu is still trying to get me, even though I'm in the cannon where he can't get me. And blast off. I said blast off. Blast off. There we go. And I was lucky enough to catch the pole. I was not sure if I would be able to get it on my first try, but thankfully I was able to get it. And I grabbed the star before the Chuckya could even get me, and it went right through me. He probably could have gotten me if I was not in the star animation, but he was not able to get me because I was in the star animation. And now I make another attempt at getting the star in the big house in the sky. Alright, so we're now back here, and I was able to avoid that fire this time. And now we are going high up to the top of the house, where the star is waiting. And now that makes 116 stars. And now, on to the next 2 stars in the game, and those would be both the coin stars. And the mission says coins a maze in the maze. And it was at this point that I had decided on speeding through the footage so I could pick up the coins, because I mostly went in the same areas that I had gone to beforehand. And I started off by jumping back to this section right here. I haven't speeded up the footage yet because I think that this was a point where I was commentating. I don't quite remember what it was that I had said. I think I did mention death one more time. I think it might have been actually when I was at the maze area. I don't quite remember. Yeah, I think that it was because I actually managed to find a couple more extra lives right here, and I barely missed this one. And I think now this is the point where the speed up is going to happen. And there you go. The footage now speeds up as we go through with collecting more of the coins to get to the 100 coin star. Yeah, and I missed that coin from the Goomba, but that's okay. There's plenty of coins to pick up. I'm not sure if it's possible to get the 100 coin star without getting the red coins in this level. I mean, I did not find out because the last coins that I got during this level were the red coins. And I missed 2 of the coins at the moment. And now we are going back up to the big house, where I, of course, get the coins off of that table. And I also went and got the coins from there, and also those coins. And I also went to the top of the house because I thought that box contained some coins, but it didn't, so... And, of course, I found another extra life. So, yep, now I have 5 lives, so Death cannot come after me. Sorry about that, Death. Maybe next time. And this is where the footage resumes its normal speed, where I go grab a couple of these bombs and throw them. And this is my attempt at getting the blue coins. I did pretty well here, but then I fell and totally blew it. So that was the point in which I decided to go back to the ship. Although not before testing out the coins in the maze, where I got one of the coins, and I determined that the remaining coins, red coins, would only add up to 88 coins, which was not enough to get to 100. I think I did try for a while. I think this was me trying to add up the coin number, and then after that I just went back to the ship. And, of course, I threw that bomb off. Okay, the footage should start speeding up pretty soon. Any moment now. And there we go. The footage speed up. So, there I am back on the ship, and trying to get those coins, and also trying to get back onto that plank without falling off. And I was able to get it, in the end. And then I went back and got those 2 coins that I missed earlier. I then looked down to see if I could find a good place to fall down at, without losing any life, and now we're back at normal footage speed, where I get the remaining red coins in the maze. I find this fascinating how there is like this maze on a wall. I didn't mention that in the original recording, but I'm mentioning it now. Right, there's the 3rd coin. And there's my failed attempt at getting back onto that platform. And then 4 coins. 5, 6, and there's the 100 coin star. As I reached 100. Now to get the last of the red coins. There's 7. And there is 8. Sure glad that that was not the coin that I picked up to get the 100 coin star, because getting that star probably would have been hard, or maybe even impossible. I'm sure that there are cases in which the 100 coin star would appear in an area that was impossible to get. Alright, coins amazed in the maze. There we go. That is all of the stars in Rainbow Ride. So now we are down to 2 more stars in the game, one of which is found in the last bonus level, which is Wing Mario Over the Rainbow, which is the level that I will start out with at the start of the next episode, and then I will also go and beat the final Bowser, and then also show you some bonuses for after you've beaten Bowser and have gotten all of the stars in the game. And I also had decided to open up a comment question of the day, ending off this episode, and that would be, what Mario 64 ROM hacks do you want me to try out in the future? If anybody leaves a comment about them, I will feature them in the next episode. Hopefully people will actually leave their responses to the comment question of the day. So, that is about all for this episode. I thank you so much for watching, and hopefully this whole issue with the recording getting muffled doesn't happen again, and hopefully it hasn't happened this time, though if it did, you probably would know that. And if it did, I would not be using this. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.